What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. It is currently day 5 of my ketogenic cut for the year 2019, because that's where we all are right now. Unless you're watching this in the future, then it might not be. But with that being said, like I said, it's day 5. I am doing a prolonged fast as opposed to an intermittent fast, and so that's what the topic of this video is going to be. We're also going to go to Ikea later because I got to get a new bed frame and a new desk, and probably a lamp because my room has horrible lighting, which you guys already know. So with that being said, I'll see you in there. Alright, so we are on our way to Ikea. We're on our way into Ikea. And it's crazy busy today. We'll just take a look at the parking lot and we'll go in and we'll just try and get some footage around the place. So, here we go. What is going on, everybody? So obviously I'm not in Ikea. I am back in my very brown room. So I was in Ikea and everything. It ended up taking me like 4.5 hours. And besides that, there was a ton of people and children running around in there. And I mean, you know how people are about their kids being on YouTube. You know how YouTube is about other people's kids being on YouTube without permission and everything. So I just thought it best just to end it, go ahead and get my stuff done. And like I said, it ended up taking me like 4.5 hours anyways, and that's too long for anybody to be in Ikea, so you're welcome. But I got all my stuff. When I got back there, a desk, I got a bed right behind me and everything, and I was going to sit here and record everything for you and, you know, just time lapse through it, but instead Ikea gave me this magical tool, so everything will be done in 3, 2, 1. There it is, just like that. Easy peasy, 3 seconds. Got a bed, got a desk. So, yeah, so that's that. Let me set this up on my desk real quick, and we will go ahead and start talking about intermittent fasting. Alright, so now that we are all situated here, we can finally start talking about the actual topic that I wanted to talk about, which is going to be intermittent fasting. Well, fasting in general, but mostly about intermittent fasting versus prolonged fasting. I am currently in hour 29 and a half of my 40-hour fast, and honestly, everything is going great. I'm not really hungry at all. I mean, I can tell that I'm hungry. Like, if someone gave me food, I would definitely eat. But I'm not, like, you know, craving any foods or anything like that. I'm just kind of, you know, just kind of counting down the time. Like, I'm not really worried about it. Just drinking water and just having a great time. So anyways, so fasting is what we're going to be talking about. So some of the biggest benefits of fasting are going to be the obvious ones, like weight loss. It's going to be really good for weight loss, as well as boosting your metabolism, which also has to go with weight loss. Inflammation is another good side thing. I've got a little bit of a knee issue, so sometimes inflammation can flare up, and since fasting, I don't really notice it as much. And it also decreases your insulin, which increases lipolysis, which is a really fancy way of saying fat burning. That's all it is. So fasting is great for all those things. There's multiple different kinds of fasting, but the two that I'm going to be focusing on are the two that I employ when I'm doing anything. Is going to be intermittent fasting and prolonged fast. One of the biggest benefits that they both share is like fat loss and weight loss. Another really important one is that it starts triggering something called autophagy, I think is how it's pronounced. I'll put it right over here so you guys can Google it and look more into it and make sure I'm saying it correctly. But basically what it is, autophagy, is just that it's cell reproduction. Mind you, that happens all the time in our bodies, but when you're fasting and your body's not using all that energy and resources to burn out food, it can use that to actually start like repairing the cells and everything. So the longer you do it, obviously, the longer that your body is going to go ahead and have time to repair. So it's actually a little bit more effective during prolonged fasting, but it still happens in intermittent fasting. So now we'll get into the differences. So intermittent fasting is going to be where you eat anywhere between, or you fast anywhere between a 16-hour to a 22-hour window. You can do a little bit less, especially if you're just starting, so you can start at like a 12-hour window and gradually increase it up, because for some people, cutting out 16 hours worth of eating time can be difficult, but 16 hours is a good window to fall for. That's what I go through. It's a 16-8, meaning that I only eat 8 hours of the day, and you pick a window, and that's when you eat in every single day. Intermittent fasting is really great because, like we already talked about, it increases your fat loss. Basically what it does is it will increase your body and increase the amount of ketones in your body, so that you start going to ketosis. Another big benefit of it is that you only have like a restricted window to eat, and so because of that, you usually can just eat less. For me personally, it works out great because I only have the 8 hours, and I only get so hungry in those 8 hours. So if I eat, like a bigger lunch and like a bigger breakfast, then I'll probably just eat a smaller dinner because I'm just not hungry. So that's another big benefit, is that you just have less time to eat, so you're usually just less hungry. Now, mind you, there are some people that will do something called an OMAD diet, also known as 1 meal a day. This diet is basically what it sounds like. You have a 2-hour window, and you eat all your calories in that 2-hour window. I've only done this like once or twice, and I just couldn't get used to it. I had a really hard time getting all my calories into that one meal because I was just way too full. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is prolonged fasting. Like I mentioned earlier, it's great for repairing your white blood cells, which increases your immune system. It's also really good for boosting up your metabolism. But I think the biggest thing is, I like to do it right before I start on the ketogenic diet. This time I'm doing it a couple days in, just because that's just how it worked out. But what it does is it burns out all the glycogen in your body, so that your body will more quickly flip over and start using fats to go ahead and burn and use as an energy source. So it's great no matter what. However, I have noticed that it's extremely good for the ketogenic diet because it will throw you into ketosis quicker than just jumping into a normal keto diet. And for some people, it's just not an option, so it's no worries. Like if you're trying to go keto, like you'll get into ketosis as long as you're eating a ketogenic diet. So it's not something that you have to do. It's just something that I like to do, especially because usually when I'm doing the keto diet, I am working on losing weight. And so if I can go 48 hours without eating, then I know, I can go 16 hours without eating, and it just helps like reduce my hunger and everything. So that pretty much wraps up my little spiel on intermittent fasting. I also did not get to a physique check, so I will go ahead and do that tomorrow. Post up another video tomorrow. So, yeah, I think that about wraps it up. I got nothing more to say. So if you found the video helpful, or you're just curious to see how my keto cut keeps on going, then please go ahead and like the video. Go ahead and share it if you'd like, and I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. And until next time, let's stay fit.